Hello, this is Cathy Cassidy, and here we are for another Sunday book club. I hope that all of you are doing okay. I wanted to say that I'm thinking of my readers and all of you actually in France and in England and in Ireland, where everybody is still in lockdown, and also to Scottish readers who in some regions have just gone into tier 4, which effectively is also a lockdown. And of course to book clubbers everywhere, all around the world, wherever you may be listening in these very difficult times. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for being part of Sunday Book Club. It's a way maybe that we can help each other to feel a bit less alone and make new friends maybe too. So some hellos today. I've got hello for Nathini in Sri Lanka, to the kids of Greycoat School and St John Fisher School, and to the readers of Newmarket, Powys and Cork libraries. And if you do happen to be watching over in Cork, I am very excited to be seeing some of you soon for a series of lovely Zoom school events. I'm really looking forward to that because Cork is one of my favourite places on the planet. Also have a hello to say to Pazeb, who likes my books and is really enjoying the online chapters of Angel Cake, and to Ali, who listens when she's walking her dog, and Lal, who listens on her coffee break, and Lily Lost, who says she loves watching after a long, hard day at college. Hello as well to Francesca in London, to Ellie Ann in Gibraltar, to Amanda in France, and Hilary Craig and Denise and John in Liverpool. Now, my reader Agatha commented that she has really enjoyed chapter 8 from my book Angel Cake. And if you remember, chapter 8 was the one where Dan and Anya kind of shelter under the umbrella in Prince's Park in Liverpool in a big downpour. So Agatha said that when she first read the book Angel Cake about 10 years ago, I think, she would read this particular chapter again and again and again. And I'm guessing that's perhaps because it's a little bit of a romantic chapter. I loved putting Prince's Park into the story. Prince's Park is a real park in Liverpool. And long ago, when I was an art student studying illustration at the art college there, I had a bedsit just around the corner from Prince's Park, and I often went there. And these days, my lovely and very inspiring friend Doreen lives right by that particular park. And I can't help wondering, especially when I'm reading those particular chapters, if Doreen has ever seen Dan or Anya in the park. Maybe, who knows? I am currently collaborating with Doreen on a really cool book project, so more news on that next year. Okay, so Francesca wrote that she has been really enjoying seeing Anya's perceptions of herself and others change as the story begins to unfold. And she says that it reminds her of being 13. And it's true, Anya is slowly starting to really get to know Kurt and Frankie, and she's seeing them as friends. She's stopped being quite so judgmental, and yeah, she's also not being quite so hard on herself and beginning to push herself to speak English a little bit more. This week as well, we've also seen a lot more of school bully Lily Caldwell. And one of our regular book clubbers, Ali, wrote that she likes the amazing human badges that we've been giving out, or that I've started giving out one a week to an inspiring or amazing book clubber. But Ali says she would actually really like a badge that says, "We've all met a Lily Caldwell." And that really made me laugh, so thank you for that, Ali. We have indeed all met bullies and mean people who kind of get their kicks from putting others down. But in this week's chapters, we saw, I think, a tiny chink of light in Lily's personality and her character. a little bit of humanity and compassion, especially when she found out that Kurt's parents were dead. So is there going to be hope for Lily? Maybe. We're just going to have to wait and see. But I did promise you there's a little bonus story about Lily that I might be able to read you at the end of this book, which will help give you a bit more insight into her character. One reader has asked, what makes people bully others? And I thought that instead of answering that one, I would maybe throw it over to you and see what you guys would answer to that particular question. And maybe we can talk about your ideas and suggestions another week. So what do you think makes people or turns somebody into a bully? What makes them do that? It's quite an interesting thing to think about at the moment when we have politicians and people of influence, not just in the UK, but all around the world, who you might say could perhaps be put into the category of being a bully. So it's something I think we need to understand more, and we need to know more about how to actually deal with it. I was also asked why I write about a subject like bullying, and that one is a lot easier to answer. It's because most people, I think, at some point will come across bullies, and trying to understand them and know how to deal with them is something all of us definitely need to learn. And I think we also need to work with bullies to try to help them find better ways of dealing with the world, because that clearly is a very lonely, and I think it must be quite a scary way to make your way through life. But yeah, I could suggest that perhaps you read my book Letters to Cathy, which is it's kind of a non-fiction guide to growing up, and it does have a really strong section on bullying and how to handle things if you have ever come across that situation of being bullied in a school or a college or even a workplace situation, or outside of any of those things. So, you know, you could read Letters to Cathy if you're looking for some advice on how to stand up to or deal with a bullying situation. But I also genuinely think that if you write about that kind of thing in a fiction setting, like we do in Angel Cake, looking at somebody like Lily, that can really help too. So a non-fiction story or a non-fiction book can give you the practical, logical facts of what you should be doing. But if you read a novel, it can actually put it all in context. It can help you understand. It can make you see how other people might deal with these things. And that is invaluable. And it's the kind of advice that it's not so direct, but it sneaks under your skin and can really, really help. So yeah, I think it's a subject I'll probably come back to again and again in future books. This week, one of the lovely things that happened, I had a fantastic Zoom chat with a super smart and very, very talented young writer called Hannah, who is actually writing her own book. Now, Hannah has had more challenges and health issues in her short life than most of us could ever even imagine. But her determination to achieve her dream of writing a book is hugely, hugely inspiring to me. And she had loads of really, really good writing questions for me, and we had a lovely chat. Hannah is this week's winner of the wonderful badge, Certified Amazing Human Being. And if anybody wants their own, you can actually order these badges from Etsy, from Achy Shaky Art. But yeah, every week I'm picking one particularly inspiring, interesting, or other, whatever it is, that picking somebody out to be sent one of these badges. And this week it is Hannah, who completely blew my mind really with her just amazingness. She is a certified amazing human being. And in a lovely, lovely twist of fate, the charity worker who helped set up this Zoom meeting just happened to be a Cathy Cassidy reader from, I don't know, the past maybe 10 years ago. a name that I knew well because we had communicated, written to each other and so on. And she helped to set this up, which I thought was fantastic. Sophie, if you are watching or listening, I think you are 100% awesome too. And thank you so, so much. So I had a few cool things apart from that Zoom meeting to say, because remember, we're all looking for things that we are grateful for, and some of the things that I'm really grateful for this week, I was sent a lovely calendar of bird photographs taken by my friend Ruth, who once upon a time used to introduce my events at the Edinburgh Book Festival, and she knows that I really love birds, and I can just show you a corner of a bit of the calendar, but fantastic. Just really, really beautiful and so thoughtful to have that sent to you through the post. And also a really cool thing was being tagged in the most awesome composite Insta video made by one of my French readers, a girl called Iliana, who has matched the characters from my Lost and Found series to teen movie characters in a cool and really gorgeous mashup sequence. So that just made me laugh and smile all day. I love it, love it, love it. And the third thing was being sent a picture of my desk where I write and work and where I'm sitting right now, painted by my friend and fellow author Fiona Gibson. And it's so beautiful. And if you look at that, you can see the old-fashioned telephone. You can see the little wooden train with toy mice in it, some of my annuals, the wooden horse, my laptop, the little knitted rabbit that made a guest appearance in chapter 1 of Angel Cake when I was reading it. Now, my friend Fiona Gibson is a fellow author, and for any adults who are watching along, she is well worth checking out. Her books are amazing and they will be guaranteed to put a smile on your face. So this week we have a few special shout outs. First one is to Kiki, my lovely friend who sadly had COVID-19 in the spring and is still struggling with long tail COVID. And I do actually know lots of people in this situation, and I wanted to send hugs to all of you because yeah, it's not a nice illness to have. It's clearly really serious, and even those people who manage to beat it sometimes are left with really horrible after effects. Another shout out is to my friend Jan, who usually looks after our pets, our dogs, and Mary Shelley the tortoise, of course, when we're on holiday or perhaps at a music festival. And Jan lives alone, and I know a lot of people who are living on their own during these pandemic times, these lockdown times, and I think life might be extra hard for you if you're living on your own. So to Jan and to others, big, big hugs too. And the final shout out for today goes to Laura, a long-time Cathy Cassidy reader who has struggled with mental health issues at different times over the years, and yet now works and campaigns for a mental health charity, and last year was actually given a Volunteer of the Year award. Now, Laura's an amazing person, but I know that a lot of us at the moment are finding anxiety and low mood and other mental health issues can be a bit of a challenge. And it's nothing to be surprised about, really, in the middle of a pandemic and in the middle of lockdown. It isn't easy if you're alone, if you're not, but you're not alone, sorry. Please do hang on in there, because there is going to be light at the end of the tunnel, I promise you. So a very quick look at a book that I was sent this week from France. It's a comic book version, Cœur Cannelle, and it's one of the extra stories in Chocolate Box Girls that my French readers or French publishers have commissioned. And at the moment, I'm right slap bang in the middle of writing the novel version of that. So I kind of just produced a script, an outline script for Cœur Cannelle, the comic book version. And now I'm actually ploughing my way through the novel version, which has been a lot of fun to go back to that world. So I'll maybe tell you more about that as the story progresses. But I hope you will tune in next week and listen to another 5 chapters of Angel Cake as we get deeper and deeper into the story. I think you're going to love it, and things will begin to slowly get a little bit more wintry and Christmassy as we go along. So I will see you for the next chapter on Monday. Until then, take care, stay safe, keep smiling, and do something lovely for somebody else, because that helps to spread the love around a little bit. Even if it's as simple as telling them about the chapters of Angel Cake, that would be an awesome thing too. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Take care.